What's wrong with being confident?
It takes courage and confidence to share personal struggles. Singer Demi Lovato's mother says Demi's openness about mental health issues has helped her gain the courage to tell her own story. Diana De La Garza is the author of Falling with Wings, where she details her own battles with eating disorders, addiction. Thank you so much for being here. How are you? Good to see you.
Good to see you.
I think most people think Demi Lovato's mother, her life must be filled with glitz and glamour, but you have been through, it has taken a lot to get where you are, and you detail it all in the book.
Yeah, the book is basically, it's a memoir of our entire journey from Texas out to LA and everything's in between. I'm just really excited that people are accepting it as well as they are, because we talk a lot about our mental health struggles that we went through along the way.
Right. Yeah. So you have not just Demi, you have two other daughters as well. So that's who you see on the cover there along with you. And you talk about some really dark days and really dark. There's one point I know my stomach was turning. You walked in and you saw that Demi had been cutting herself, which is something obviously no mother wants to see. And I know when you share these stories, there comes critique as well. I think there are some people who might say, well, if this is what's happening to your daughter, then why in the world would you put her in Hollywood and put her under more pressure?
Right.
What do you say to those people who say that?
And I can understand why they would say that, but what I would say is that I didn't really understand mental health issues, mental illness. I didn't, I had mental health issues, for myself that I didn't realize exactly what they were until I went and got help for my struggles. Had I known then what I know now about self-harm, I completely didn't understand it at the time, but if I had known then what I know now, I could have done something quicker as a mother to get the proper help to help her.
Yeah, it's sometimes in the moment you just don't know what to do.
You don't.
That's like any instance sometimes.
And sometimes, as a parent, you think it's a phase someone's going through,
right,
and it'll blow over, and we'll get some help, and it'll be fine.
Yeah.
But there's a way deeper issue than that going on, and it needs serious help.
Yeah. Over the weekend, I know Demi was performing, and she got really emotional on stage, and she talked about celebrating 6 years of sobriety. And this is something, that you all have in common. Sobriety means a lot to both of you.
Yes, we've kind of created this safe space at our house where there's no drugs, there's no alcohol, there's nothing like that, and it's comforting to each other to get to work on this together. And I couldn't be prouder of her. I think I'm more proud of her 6 years of sobriety than probably anything she's ever done.
Really?
Because I know how hard it is.
Yeah, no doubt. You all have ties here. You lived in the area for so long. You still have ties in the area. You still come back here. You were a Dallas Cowboys cheerleader, which I was surprised to hear.
Proudly.
And proudly. but that is when you started having some trouble with like eating disorders, right, during that time?
Yeah, I think my struggles with an eating disorder started long before that.
Yeah.
But, there was a time where I did feel the pressure to, make sure that I looked good in the uniform, and I certainly don't blame being a cheerleader for my issues. I think I already had those before I got there.
Yeah.
But there was a definite you need to look good in the uniform, and I look back on it now and I think that was a tough thing for somebody with an eating disorder at the time.
A lot of life lessons in this book. I invite everybody to read it. It's very interesting, especially if you're a mom of girls, I will say. So we'll put a link to the book on our website, Falling with Wings, on fox4news.com, A Mother's Story. Thank you so much.
Thank you
Appreciate
so
it.
much
Thanks
for having
coming
me.
in.